Downtown Brewing Valley, prognostications and various jokes. So grab your beer with some that you and I in the alley folks.
Hello!
Where are we?
Live!
In the alley!
Week 18, they just bypassed week 17 like it didn't even happen. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. That's about it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what happened on Monday night. It was some scary shit.
Things are progressing, and,
Here we are.
you know, the NFL would move on anyways, but
Yeah.
they did a good job, I believe, of...
I think they're gonna get a lot of credit when maybe they don't deserve a lot of credit anyway.
Well,
But what are you supposed to do? It's untouched waters,
Yep.
or however you want to do about it.
Yep.
And you can fast forward to the scenarios as far as the AFC goes. I mean, Aaron pointed out last night, everybody kind of got the shaft in this whole thing anyway, in one way or another. Bills, Chiefs, Bengals. Everybody gets a little hit. Nothing's perfect coming out of what they decided to do after Monday night's game or non-game.
Are we going to touch on this later? Because I think the Ravens really got the shaft.
We're gonna go over this later. Is that part of your? Yeah,
Okay.
we'll get into it a little more later because with the Ravens included, everybody's got a little.
Excuse me, not the Ravens. Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, we could go over that because then we can vote on who got it worse.
Okay.
Who took it harder? Yeah, so 8-8 Patriots, 12-3 Bills. The Bills have a chance to finish 13-3, 2 out of the last 3 years, even with an added game. You don't get the 14-3, but we can't control that. Still pretty good. New England? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, think about New England. You know their favorite snack?
What?
Cheetos.
You're still stuck on that, huh?
It's not a bad one.
No, it's okay.
But speaking of cheating,
Uh-huh.
do you know what it was called when they were deflating the balls?
Deflategate.
Okay. Do you know what it was called when they were recording the other team?
Spygate.
Do you know what it was called when their GM was caught in a parlor that gave
The owner.
the owner,
Yeah.
the owner,
Kraft.
he was giving the stuff?
Chinagate?
No.
What was it?
Tailgate.
Yes! That is good.
Studio audience.
Studio audience,
They walked out.
visual audience. I mean, the one viewer right now is really mad at that one. That was good. I like that. Robert Kraft, though, yeah. Even though he also donated $18,003 to the DeMar
Yes.
Hamlin's Foundation. 18 is the Jewish number for
Lucky?
lucky and charity. Yeah,
Yep.
and that was really cool. See what Rob Gronkowski donated?
No.
$6,900. He's the best. He is the best. How does it get better than that?
I hate him, but
I know
that's
it's
fine.
classic. If you're gonna do it right, I guess, in your way. But the Bills and Pats today. A little bit of quick history with all the years that we got our asses kicked. The last 6 games, the Bills are 5-1. The only loss being obviously the wind Monday night game. The score over the last 6 games is 176-92. Average score of the games has been 29-15. Allen 15 TDs, 1 interception. Patriots quarterbacks, specifically Mac Jones, 3 TDs, 4 interceptions. So the
Not
Bills,
bad.
the last 6 games have gone fairly well, other than a crazy weather game. That's for Jimmer. We'll talk about the playoffs later. So yeah, everybody knows what happened with the Bills. I mean, they did were able to elevate John Brown today. Health-wise, everybody's looking good. Everybody's in who you thought would be in in Week 18, other than save for Micah Hyde, and Benford is off IR but inactive today. Didn't really expect him to come back and play already. So, yeah, pretty all right. All the defensive line injuries that we've had, Sans, Von Miller, everybody's back in and healthy. So good signs, offensive line-wise. Things are clicking at the right time of the year as far as being healthy. So that's cool.
Yeah. Compared to what happened earlier in the year, we were not good health-wise.
No, got out of the woods. Took a while.
It's being healthy at the right time now, aside
Yes.
from, like you said, the guys on IR.
Right. Well, what are you going to do? They're going to be on IR. That's what you're going to do. So anyway.
Here's the point, though.
Well, yeah.
What
fine.
about Micah Hyde?
Well, that's an interesting point.
That could be a safety that could be coming back in the playoffs.
He has said 4 weeks, do not rule me out.
Right.
And here we are. We're in week 18. The Bills obviously cannot get the 1 seed. They're playing for the 2 seed today. Yeah, shake your fist at it all we want. That kind of stinks. You were in line for it all year. Whatever.
Yeah.
But, they don't get the bye week. But, well, if he can come back and play and they win next weekend and he's in for the divisional round, boy, would that be something. That would be incredible. Borderline incredible. He had neck surgery. Surgery.
He is practicing, from what I understand.
He's been on at least, but I don't know if he's like a full participant.
I don't either.
Conditioning and whatever, right.
And that's really all he needs.
Yeah.
Because he'll pick up pretty quick. I
Yeah,
think.
he's all right. Enough about us, personally. But yeah, without much to touch on Monday night, the game didn't happen, isn't going to happen, and we're over that. So the Bills are going to play the Patriots again today. We played them a month and a half ago. Yeah, December 1. So they've played some games in between then. We've won all ours in between then. So let's hear more about the Patriots. It's time for Jives.
Wish Jimmer.
It's time for Jives.
It's like we're in a fireplace.
Jimmer.
Sorry, guys. Pretty low-key introduction there. All right.
I like it. It was kind of like we're by a fireplace.
Yeah.
We're
Our
not
smoking coats on and all that fun
definitely
stuff.
not inside.
No.
Like a bunch of wimps.
All right, when last Buffalo played New England 5 weeks ago, Bills won 24-10. Buffalo controlled the game with the rushing attack. The Bills ran the ball 37 times, dominated time of possession for the game. Bills offense had the ball for just under 2/3 of the game, total of 38 minutes, and I think about 8 seconds of ball control.
7 or 9.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That loss left New England with a record of 6-6. Let's get you up to speed on what they've done since then. Last week, Billy, you mentioned that aside from Buffalo, the AFC East went 1-11 in the month of December, and we were trying to figure it out. Well, here's the one. Week 14, New England at Arizona on Monday Night Football. That was it. Arizona had a 13-7 lead in the second quarter. That was it for the Cardinals as the Patriots scored the next 20 points to win the game 27-13.
Man, the Cardinals suck.
Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
oh.
Cliff Kingsbury, he should probably go.
He'll be
He
gone.
also sucks.
One of about 12.
All right, following week had the Patriots playing in Las Vegas versus the Raiders. Halftime, it's Raiders 17.
Oh, yeah.
New England 3. Yeah, that game. Second half, New England scores 3 touchdowns to take a 24-17 lead. 32 seconds left. The Raiders tie the game at 24. New England gets the ball. 2 straight incompletions. 10 seconds to go. Next play is a handoff to running back Ramondre Stevenson. You think with a running play, the coaching staff was just looking to run it out, get to overtime.
How did that go for them?
Well, Ramondre Stevenson, he thought differently.
No.
He actually had a 23-yard gain down to the Raiders' 32. No time left on the clock. Now remember, the game was tied. Overtime, anybody wins. Stevenson laterals backwards to wide receiver Jacoby Myers, who then in turn tries to lateral backward as well, and it ends up being a fumble. Raiders defensive end Chandler Jones recovers, takes it to the end zone. Final score, Las Vegas 30, New England 24.
And on his way, he just stiff arms Mac Jones into the core of the earth. That was great.
That was one of the best plays I've
Ever.
ever seen.
Yeah.
That's got to be the nominee for boneheaded play of the year.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Definitely,
That's
if
like a
not the
butt
runaway
fumble.
winner.
Yeah.
Butt fumble-esque.
Ah.
All right, next we go to Christmas Eve, New England at Cincinnati. We went through this last week when we talked about the Bengals. To recap, Cincinnati jumped out to a 22-0 lead at the half. New England cuts it to 22-18. 55 seconds to go. New England has the ball at the Bengals' 5-yard line. Ramondre Stevenson strikes again as Stevenson fumbles.
Strikes again.
Cincinnati recovers, ending the game 22-18 Bengals. Then we go to last week, Miami at New England. Third quarter, Dolphins had a 14-10 lead when New England safety Kyle Duggar picks off Miami quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, who was playing for the injured Tua Tagovailoa. 39-yard pick six to give New England the lead. Bridgewater was hurt on that play, putting in third-string quarterback Skylar Thompson. New England and Miami exchanged touchdowns in the fourth quarter. New England wins 23-21.
They do have a lot of defensive scores this year, New England.
They have the most.
Well, thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Regarding Duggar's pick six against Miami, that was New England's 7th defensive touchdown of the season and Duggar's 3rd. That was New England's 4th consecutive game with a defensive touchdown.
Wow.
In case you're wondering, the record for defensive touchdowns in a season since the AFL-NFL merger is 8, both by the 2012 Bears and the 98 Seahawks. However, the 61 San Diego Chargers had 9, but they only played an AFL schedule.
Keeps them off the list.
Brings us to today's game. New England second in the AFC East at 8-8, currently hold the 7th seed in the AFC playoffs. New England comes in with 2 players ruled out for today. Quarterback Jalen Mills out with a groin injury. Backup tight end Jonnu Smith out with concussion. A few notable players that are questionable but expected to play. Cornerback Jonathan Jones, backup safety Brendan Schooler, and wide receiver Jacoby Myers, who we mentioned on that crazy lateral play. Returning to the Patriots last week versus Miami was running back Damian Harris. He had returned after missing previous 4 games with a thigh injury. This is significant for the Pats' offense against Buffalo, because as in his 3 career games versus Buffalo, Harris has 316 yards rushing and scored 5 touchdowns. Harris has rushed for at least 100 yards and scored a touchdown in each of those 3 games.
Yeah, he kind of good against the Bills.
Yeah. So for week 18 of all teams in the AFC that have a chance for the playoffs but have not clinched a spot, New England is the only team that controls their own destiny.
Yeah, New England's winning in, right?
Yep, winning they're in. They can still get in with a loss. However, if Buffalo wins today, New England still gets in if both Pittsburgh and Miami lose as well. As we are all aware, for the past 2+ decades, the Patriots have been regulars in the playoff scene. Bill Belichick's 23 seasons as head coach of New England, Patriots have been in the playoffs 19 times. If they make it this year, this would be their 13th playoff berth in the past 14 seasons. Belichick's 19 career postseason appearances has him tied with Tom Landry, who guided the Cowboys in the 70s and the 80s and those heydays of the Cowboys for most all time. And I'm going to roll through some numbers to finish up. Game today is in Orchard Park. On paper, that doesn't matter to New England. At home this season, 4 wins, 4 losses. On the road this season, 4 wins, 4 losses. This season, when New England has played a team who has gone on to clinch a playoff berth, they are 0-4 straight up and have allowed an average of 29 points against.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
They are 0-4 against the spread this season with teams with a winning record. 0-3 against the spread their last 3 games, and 1-5 against the spread their last 6. Last thing, under Bill Belichick, in the last game of the season, New England has been the underdog 4 times. Patriots are 4-0 against the spread in those games.
What's the spread today, 7.5?
I got 7.
Yeah.
That's what I got for New England.
All right, Jimmer. All right, time for a little. It feels like we've over the last couple of years we're running out of things to talk about for other teams.
Yeah, so we got anything.
In the New England Patriots franchise history, there's been 28 starting quarterbacks.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you name 27?
Since Brady,
Maybe not 27.
since Brady took over in 01, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other quarterbacks other than Tom Brady.
Oh, boy.
Since 01 to start a game up until now. Can you name any of them?
Mac Jones,
1,
Jimmy Garoppolo.
2. Sorry, 2.
Um,
Oh boy.
Trying to think who was the quarterback the year that Brady got hurt
Oh,
and he took New England to a 10-6 record.
Yep.
But I can't think of his name.
want to revisit it?
What about the guy who played for the Raiders yesterday?
It was yesterday. Jarrett Stidham?
He did not start.
What?
Correct. Correct.
Oh, he just came in as
Yep.
a filler?
Yeah, I'm going to pass, man.
Matt Castle.
Matt Castle, there we go.
You also have
Former Buffalo Bill.
You
Never
also
started a
have
game for the
former
Bills.
Indianapolis and Cleveland Brown backup quarterback
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett. You've
Brissett.
got former Carolina Panther starting quarterback
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. You've got former Western Kentucky All-Star that started a game this year.
Former Western Kentucky All-Star. Jeez, I don't know.
How do
Bailey-
you not know this one?
Bailey and the Zappies. And you're missing one. He is a Hoyer.
That would be Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer.
With the clues I got it. but
We
yeah.
we finally beat Jimmer.
That was a
This is
tough
the
one.
Best.
That was a tough one.
Awesome. Yeah. For 0 points, Jim. Good job.
We'll give him one.
Okay, you get 1 point.
All right.
Even though you got 2 of them. Couldn't get
Yeah,
that.
a half a point apiece.
All right. Time for Q&A with Double A.
Sounds good to me.
Nobody gets a good introduction today. Wow. Maybe.
Boots are big.
Ah, Mr. Big Boots.
Oh, hi.
Johnny Big
Oh, I
Boots.
got to do the lean today.
No, Big Lean.
I did some research.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, not really. I just went to one site, but how would you guys like to play a little NFL football trivia?
Let's do it.
Trivia.
I want to redeem myself after that poor showing.
He's gonna hammer us.
All right, some of them are easy, some of them are a little bit more difficult, but we'll see if as we go.
Start Jimmer off at level 10.
Who won the first Super Bowl ever?
the
Green Bay
Packers.
over Kansas City.
Good job. What is the NFL football material made of?
Pigskin.
No.
Leather.
Cowhide.
Sheepskin.
Yes, leather.
Ah,
Yes. That one's a tricky one because they call it a pigskin,
this is true.
but it's not. It's cow.
Dave, can you tilt? Can you turn mine just a little bit to get Aaron in a little bit more?
What do you
Oh, there we go. That's yay!
Was I out of the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. What NFL team name is inspired by a writer?
A writer?
Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe.
I thought it was after a bird.
Quote the Raven evermore.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the smartest bird.
What NFL player has won the most playoff games?
Tom Brady.
Yes, that is correct.
That's an easy one.
Sorry.
we
Well,
said
you said some
some
will
were
be
easy.
Some will be
All
more
right.
difficult.
How about this one's going to be hard. All right. So,
I can
who
guarantee
is
it.
the first ever player drafted?
Dick Butkus.
I have 4 possibilities, and you guys can pick from the 4
All
possibilities.
right.
Okay.
Multiple
Okay.
choice.
Bart Starr, Jay Berwanger, Don Hudson, or Sammy Baugh?
Jay Berwanger.
Sammy Baugh.
Don Hudson.
Jay Berwanger. How did you know that one, or was that a good guess?
Just say yes.
Once you said the multiple, because I remember that from the back of an old football
okay.
card from way back in the day.
An old football card. What were
Because
they
you
put
were
it on then?
Cardboard.
Who were the New York Titans?
The Giants.
Jets.
Damn it, Jimmer. That's right.
That is right. It surprised me because I thought when I got the question, I'm like, oh, it's got to be the Giants, right?
Well, they wore
Titans,
those hideous
Giants?
throwbacks the one
Yeah,
year.
they
The
were
Jets
like-
did that were the Titans, and they
yeah,
thought they were
blue
Green
gold.
Bay.
Yeah.
All right, this one's controversial.
Oh, we like a good comment.
OJ.
Who was the first player to get 1,000 yards in a season?
Y.A.
Rushing,
Tittle.
receiving, or both, or combined.
1,000 yards total.
Oh,
So that's rushing plus and receiving.
Y.A. Tittle.
I'll go name that I heard off Jim Thorpe.
The answer is Betty Feathers.
Oh,
That's made up.
Beady
It's not
feathers.
made up, but what is made up is the 1,000 yards. In 1938, he played for the Bears,
I thought it was a she.
It's beady.
and apparently he ran for 990 or something. But the NFL found yards to make him the first 1,000-yard, and because he was like the big star of that time, and so they wanted that history moment.
I didn't know if
So they found yards.
it was like a Wade Phillips, just give it to him thing.
The cool thing was in the article they said, and it's really hard to like fact check this because everything's on microfiche. Apparently that's difficult to read.
Oh, I didn't know what microfiche is. I
Oh,
thought
you
you meant
don't?
a small fish.
Well, maybe I should read
It's not a
it.
small fish.
It's not a small fish? Boy, disappointed every day.
All right, who
Where's that fish?
who has the most rushing touchdowns in a year?
LaDainian Tomlinson.
No,
Sean Alexander,
no,
Oh, no, the guy, Larry Johnson.
no,
Eric Dickerson,
no.
No, the other guy from the Chiefs.
Yes,
Larry Johnson.
No, the guy before Larry. Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes is the answer.
I was going to say
Any
Marcus
any
Allen.
guess of how many touchdowns it was?
Rushing?
21.
Yeah,
21,
nope,
23.
more than that.
23.
More than that.
28,
Less than that.
25.
More than that.
We're getting close.
26 or 27.
27 is the
Over the mountain.
All right, who was the first to throw for 5,000 yards?
Drew
Peyton
Brees.
Manning,
No,
Tom Brady.
no,
Dan Marino,
no,
Brett Favre,
Y.A. Tittle,
no,
Sammy Baugh,
no,
Joe Montana.
no.
Joe Montana.
The opposite of the sun.
Warren Moon.
Attaboy.
He probably rushed for 5,000 that year, too.
Keith Moon.
Who is
I
the
like Scott's.
who is the only player ever to change his name to his number?
Chad Ochocinco,
That's correct.
That's still incredible. What okay.
Who's the only quarterback to win Super Bowl with two separate teams?
Tom Brady.
No.
Well, he did.
He just
though.
said he's only. He said only.
Oh, I'm sorry. First.
Oh,
Not only.
first
Sorry, first.
to win with two separate teams?
Yes.
Y.A. Tittle.
It was recent. More recent.
More recenter?
Yes.
Peyton Manning.
There it is.
There, I say Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning.
Who is the only player to win MVP in a Super Bowl when their team lost?
Peyton Manning.
guy for the Cowboys, Chuck Howley.
That's it.
All right.
Nice.
Well done.
That's badass.
That is badass.
That was an easy one.
Right?
Who had the most receiving touchdowns in a season?
Randy Moss.
Any idea how many?
It's like 50 or something.
23.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That was
That was
the
the
year
year
he threw for
Brady
50.
threw
Yeah.
for 50
Yes.
and won.
Yeah.
What's this one? Oh, how many passes did Brett Favre throw as an Atlanta Falcon?
0.
Yeah, he completed one to himself.
Are we talking regular season?
How many passes did he throw?
One.
He threw 4.
Oh.
2 of them were interceptions. 2 of them were incompletions.
I thought he caught one himself.
He never completed a pass, apparently.
Or was that preseason?
He's got the answers down there.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm not going to argue with him.
kind of.
Yeah,
He's got it on
the
paper.
paper doesn't lie, neither does the internet.
All right, can you name all the NFL teams that are animals?
Jaguars.
Jaguars, Lions, Panthers, Bears, Seahawks, Eagles, Cardinals. Does the Ravens count? Dolphins, 49ers. It's a man. No.
I think we're only missing. Did you say Bengals? I
Bengals.
think that was the only one. Did you
That's
get-
10.
All right, no, we're missing. What else did we get?
Turn that
I
furnace
think,
off.
I think you said them all.
Good enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go through them again, though.
Nah, that's fine.
No, I want to make sure we got them.
Eagles, Bengals, Lions, Panthers, Jaguars, Broncos, Rams,
Broncos. We didn't say the Broncos.
Yeah.
Ravens, Colts, Bears.
Colts.
We didn't say Colts?
No.
Oh, that was the one. Bears, Falcons, Dolphins, Cardinals, Seahawks.
Quick, Jim, name the teams named after an airliner.
That would be the New York Jets.
Easy.
All right, you ready for a
Million
joke?
points, right?
What it's at?
Are you ready for a joke?
God, yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, a million points.
How come I can only remember 25 letters? I don't know
why.
That's the time. Didn't we? Yeah. Because then
did
I
you do
was
it too?
convinced that there was 27 letters in the alphabet.
Yeah.
That's right, I do remember that one. now.
And I'm like, Josh, I don't get it. There's 27 letters.
Luckily, I had a second joke.
Is it the Hawaiian alphabet that has 27 letters?
16,
Yes.
I think.
Oh.
Yes. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. That's the reaction I wanted. All right.
I like it.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Let's do some quick picks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for quick picks.
All right, Billy, before we get to it, let's just recap the playoff situation going into today. Each conference, top 6 seeds are filled. Only the 7 seeds are up in each. There could be some change in seedings, though. In the NFL, Philadelphia's number 1. Excuse me, NFL. NFC, Philadelphia's number 1. San Francisco number 2. Minnesota number 3. Tampa Bay is locked in at number 4. Dallas is number 5. 6. Giants are locked in at 6. Currently, Seattle is number 7. AFC, Kansas City locked in at number 1. Buffalo 2. Cincinnati 3. Jacksonville locked in at 4. Chargers 5. Baltimore 6. And currently, New England is 7th.
But New England wins, they're in.
Yes.
Miami wins, and New England loses.
Miami's
in.
We'll get
Both
to all
those
that.
teams lose. Pittsburgh wins, Pittsburgh's in.
Yes.
All 3 lose, it resets, New England's in.
Yes.
So crazy.
You're crazy.
Oh, so the games that don't matter today, we're just going to go over what mascot we think would win. But we'll start out with the one that does could be possible. Browns at Pittsburgh.
Browns at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has to win and hope that New England and Miami lose. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not going to pick the Browns. I did once. I didn't mean to.
That's right.
My own fault.
You
Yeah.
felt sick for
But
days. Yeah, I remember.
We're going Pittsburgh.
Plus, it's weird as it sounds. I didn't think I'd come around to the fact of being totally cool with Mike Tomlin and having a winning season again.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yep.
awesome. The guy's a really good coach.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of
How?
awesome things to say about DeMar Hamlin, knowing him
Yeah.
from being in the Pittsburgh community. It was really cool. We'll jump right through a couple of these good ones, actually. Baltimore at Cincinnati. This one's got some craziness lined up to it.
All right. Cincinnati in the playoffs as the AFC North champ. Baltimore is in as a wild card. Baltimore wins and is matched up against Cincinnati in the wild card round. A coin flip would determine home field because if Baltimore wins, that would make them 11-6, make Cincinnati 11-5. But Baltimore would have played one more game and beaten Cincinnati twice. Cincinnati's going to kill them. Backup Tyler Huntley's not playing. They're down to third string. It's either Anthony or Adam Brown, something like that.
Anthony Adam Brown.
Okay, him too.
That's his
I'm
name.
going Cincinnati.
That's AA Brown.
Hey!
But if that does happen, I'm not getting my pick yet. We will be covering the coin flip live here.
Yeah.
I will be flipping the coin.
Yes.
It'll be a tie.
Yeah!
Oh!
This is where you can talk about
Is
whether
that part of the? I don't know.
I don't know
Whether-
what the contingency is at the time.
this is where you can talk about whether Cincinnati got the raw deal or not. Because if you just win their games,
It's not a raw deal.
It's not a raw deal.
Yeah.
I'm quit your bitching. Bengals in a blowout probably.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in a game that kind of matters for the Vikings. Vikings
to
at
me.
Bears. Not to you.
All right, Minnesota's currently in the number
Miami
3
Vikings.
seed in NFC. Has a ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They can get to the number 2 seed with a win and a Niners loss. If Chicago loses and Houston wins, Chicago gets the number 1 pick in the next draft. The deciding factor in this game, starting for Chicago, quarterback Nathan Peterman.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
all the way.
I mean, Nathan Peterman. He's so good.
Bears by 20.
You know, the Bears just beat New England a couple weeks ago
That's true.
by a lot.
Yeah.
And
But they had the good quarterback.
I bet Matt Newton would take Nathan Peterman over anyone.
Yeah.
He's
Even
even
Josh Allen.
contemplating it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jets at Dolphins, Jimmer.
All right, we have a marquee matchup of two third-string quarterbacks, Joe Flacco versus Skylar Thompson. Both teams on 5-game losing streaks. Miami gets in the playoffs with a win and New England loss. Jets' offensive line has been a sieve lately. Coming into today, 3 of their starting sieves are out. I'm going Miami.
I'm going Jets.
I mean, Flacco was a statue.
Yes.
Like, how are...
Now he's playing with practice squad
Oh, my
offensive
God.
linemen.
It's going to be a massacre.
He'll be lucky if he makes it through the game.
I think so. Yeah. Who's behind him?
Zach Wilson is
Oh,
number 2.
perfect. The big showing where Zach comes marching back out on the field.
I don't know why you guys are picking the Jets.
I'm going to go with the Jets.
Yeah. Well, look at
Because
Skylar Thompson.
Because it's Skyler.
Thompson.
Skyler.
Boo.
They have a better defense.
Yeah, that's the way I'm going with it. All right, mascot picking time. You picked the Dolphins, right?
Yes.
Oh, how dare you. Mascot picking it. Would you rather have a Buccaneer or a Falcon? Who's going to win in the matchup, a Buccaneer or a Falcon?
I'd go with the Falcon.
The Falcon?
Attack him through the air. Fly
Does
off
my
once
Buccaneer
again.
have swords?
It won
One sword?
in his mouth.
Yeah.
Sword.
Then I'm going with the sword.
Okay.
But it's in his mouth.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Falcon because I think there'll be multiple.
Yeah, I'm going with the Falcons. Right, it's multiple Falcons, one Buccaneer.
Well, you didn't say that.
Okay, fine. That's what I'm saying, though. On the helmet, it's one bird versus one Buccaneer. I don't know.
And he's going to fight with a sword in his mouth.
All right. Another one that has no implication. Would you take a Panther or a Saint? That's a real cheap shot there. Yeah, the Saint wins, right?
No.
Mother Teresa versus a Cougar?
Yeah, no, the Cougar wins.
No.
Cougars tax him.
Yeah.
For a reason. Let's go with the Panther.
All right, everybody says the Panther?
Yeah.
Okay. How about a Texan or a Colt?
Give me a Colt.
I mean, a Texan would be a person, so I think the Colt's just going to trample him. But it's a young horse, so.
Is it?
I think the Texan has a gun, so I'm going to go with the
Is
Texan.
the Texan like an Oiler?
No, just a dude.
Just a dude.
Like a resident
random
of
dude.
Texas.
Give me the horse.
He's got a cowboy hat on, so he might ride that horse away. And maybe it's a tie.
Somehow you found your way back to a tie. Cardinals at Niners, just for Yaz for playoff implications.
Cardinals at Niners. San Francisco NFC West champs. Currently the 2nd seed. If San Francisco wins and Philadelphia loses, that puts San Francisco at the number 1 seed. It's one of our bigger spreads of the day at 14. Give me San Fran.
San Fran.
Colts are so bad.
The Colts are bad, but they're playing the Cardinals.
Yeah, we're talking the Cardinals now, though.
Cardinals are bad too.
Yeah.
San Fran, everyone?
Who else is bad?
Everybody.
We'll get to them.
Yeah. Cowboys at Washington.
Dallas is clinching playoff spot. If Dallas wins and Philadelphia loses, that gives Dallas the NFC East. If Dallas wins and both Philly and San Fran loses, that gives Dallas the number 1 seed. I'm going Dallas. A lot to play for.
Washington doesn't have anything to play for.
No, and they have Joe starting at quarterback.
Joe who?
Yo, Mama. That's
Man.
Joe Mama.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'll go Dallas then.
Billy, there's no way she's played.
I'm so sorry. But they do have a new mascot in Major Tutty, so I'm all for that. Rams at Seahawks.
Rams at Seahawks. Seattle's in if they win, and Detroit beats Green Bay. Once again, they got something to play for. They're at home. I'm going Seattle.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to go with the Rams because
Why?
why not?
Well,
Seattle has not been that good. Geno
Lately.
Smith is their quarterback.
Yeah. Don't forget that.
And,
But who was the Rams?
I know. Rams haven't been that good either.
well, the Rams are even worse, but I think
No, but who's
Seattle
quarterback
chokes.
for the
Probably
Rams?
Baker.
Baker.
Isn't
Is he back?
I don't know. That's
He's
what I'm
backer?
assuming.
Also,
They just need a guy who's been there for a half a week, and
Yeah.
then he'll beat him.
Also, there's rumors of Sean McVay stepping away after the season to become a TV analyst, so who knows what kind of disarray they're in. Giants at Eagles.
Giants locked in as the number 6 seed no matter what happens today. Philadelphia win gives them the number 1 seed in the NFC. Philly loses. They need Dallas to lose to win the NFC East. If Philly loses, They need Dallas and San Fran to both lose to keep the number 1 seed. Philadelphia. This is the biggest
Is
spread.
Hurts
16.
playing?
Yes.
He is playing.
He is playing?
But,
Yeah.
but Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are not playing for
No.
the Giants.
Yeah, go Philly.
Yeah, I mean, even if they just hand the ball off all day, they'll probably still kick their butt.
Yeah.
Philly.
Philly. All right. This is Chautauqua at Denver. It must be Chargers at Denver. There we go. Are the Chargers locked into a spot?
Yep.
They're
Number 5.
no, they're not necessarily locked in. If Cincinnati wins, then they clinch the 5th seed.
Okay.
They've clinched a wild card spot.
Okay.
But not necessarily.
A
They
specific
need other
one.
things to happen for them to get locked in. Really? I'll go Chargers. Why not?
I mean, would you take a
Denver's not
Bronco or a lightning bolt on a horse? Because that's kind of what the Chargers are.
A lightning bolt
On a horse. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their old school mascot. I go with the lightning bolt and the horse.
Yeah.
And the Broncos suck. So.
Yeah, there's that. Oh, tonight's game, which is pretty kind of crazy that these two teams are pretty much going for it. Packers win and they're in. Detroit with a win and a Seattle loss
Yes.
is in. And the game's in Green Bay.
Says right there why I'm going Green Bay.
Sure.
I'm going to go Detroit just because.
Why not?
Exactly.
Either of those teams being in could be a lot of fun. I mean, the Packers don't look anything like they did the first 7/8 of the season. Maybe that's a lot.
That's maybe 3/4.
They have a
I was
good-
going to say 6/8.
They have a good defense, a good running game, and Rodgers.
Their defense has been better.
Yeah.
Because the defense was not good at the beginning.
No, right. That's
Well,
what I mean.
neither was Rodgers either.
No, and he's better.
Better.
But it'd be cool for Detroit to get in with all that's going on with them, and
Sure.
they're fun. What the hell? We beat them, so screw them.
Beat 'em
In
both.
the game of the year till now, possibly. I'm not missing any, right? That's all of them.
That is it.
Patriots at Bills.
All right, Buffalo 7-point favorite. Buffalo past 5 home games are 0-4-1 against the spread, but 4-1 outright. That's what matters. A lot of emotion today. I see Buffalo jumping out to good-sized lead. New England chips away towards the end. I'm going to say Buffalo 30-17.
I like that number. I'll jump on that.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We're going to go Bills by
gonna jump
$3 billion.
That was more than I thought.
35-17 is kind of what I was looking at, but
Well-
$3 billion we'll take.
Sure.
That place is going to be on.
It's going to be rocking.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So we're going to go watch it.
Yeah.
So we'll see who. The Bills can play more than likely. It'll be either Saturday night or Sunday.
It's going to be either Miami, New England, or Pittsburgh.
Correct. And no matter what, it's in Buffalo as long as they. Well, no, they're 2 or 3
it'll be in
seed they'd
Buffalo.
host. Yeah.
Right.
But real quick on the other playoff stuff. If the Bills and Chiefs meet in the AFC title game, it'll be at an undecided neutral location.
Yes.
As of yet. If whoever.
I will be deciding it. It'll be here on Live in the Alley.
Correct. And whoever Kansas City plays in the divisional playoff, if they knock off Kansas City and the Bills make it to the AFC title game, the title game's in Buffalo.
Yes.
Cool.
Cool. Sweet. Go team.